Hey guys, baydensinghyt here today, and welcome back to another fun little renovation here on the channel. So we're going to be renovating a house that came in Pleasantview. So this is called 225 Main Street, and it's in that sort of block of houses. Obviously this is a different save file at the moment, but it's that block of houses with like the little Woodland Drive one, and there's like the little one that I just turned into a chapel recently on the channel. But this is like, it's that little square. You can sort of see where I'm talking about. Yeah, this little square here. So I've never really done a renovation of this house in video form. We did do a little bit of renovating of this house. Sorry, my cats are asleep next to me, and every time I start filming, they start oh, hello. Okay, give me a sec. Oh my god, sorry. They always hear me. As soon as I start talking, they like wake up. The other one's still asleep. Anyway, yeah, so we did, I think in my Optimus Let's Play, I think not Peter Optimus, what's the kid's name? David Optimus, sorry, moved in with his partner, and we renovated this house, and it was quite a small lot, so it was kind of hard to make it work, but we made it quite an extravagant big house for the whole family. Today's video, I don't want to do anything too crazy, like I don't want to do any crazy floor plan manipulations. I kind of just want to sort of try and stay within the confines of the current build, and just sort of maybe set a budget, like maybe 35,000, like nothing crazy. I kind of want to have some more of those sort of lower end builds at my disposal for like Let's Plays and stuff like that. Or actually, I might save a copy of this. Give me a sec. Sorry, I just realized I hadn't saved a copy of the lot before we started renovating, because I always like to have a copy of it, because I'm in my Pleasantview save file at the moment. So yeah, I couldn't be bothered changing the save file so far. Another random thing, sorry, in the last video that I posted, I mentioned that I updated some of my settings and stuff like that, and the video should have been in 1440p. It wasn't, because I think I missed a setting. I've also changed some other settings. OBS is a little bit confusing, but I've done a bit of research, and I think we should be getting better quality videos. I updated the encoder settings, and I'm pretty sure it should be in 1440p, and if it's not, bro, I don't know. I have no idea how to get it in 1440p. I don't edit the videos, like I literally just record them and upload them. But anyway, let me know if you notice a difference. But as I said, yeah, we'll set just a small budget. That way we'll sort of just furnish the house as if we're moving in real life, not doing any crazy manipulations where you can barely even recognize the house, you know what I mean? And like, yes, that's fun sometimes, and some of my other builds on the channel have been like that and renovations, but I think it'd be fun to set a bit of a challenge to just sort of furnish within the confines of the current sort of layout. Maybe adjust a few walls here and there, but nothing crazy, because yeah, I'm not really a fan of how pokey this little hallway is up here. Sorry, let me just put the walls down. Yeah, quite pokey, and I mean, I can just see Sims having some hectic routing issues. So yeah, potentially a spiral staircase could be good there. And then yeah, we've got a little bit more room here, but like I don't really mind the way they've done the roof. A lot of the times I just go boop and delete that and then just keep going and sort of expand. But like, yeah, maybe we'll sort of just keep the roof the way it is. I was thinking this obviously would stay as the kitchen. I think this could be a nice little dining area, and then potentially just like a little study nook kind of in the corner. And then this I think would be a good lounge room, and then that's already a really good powder room, so I quite like that. And I think the spiral stairs, I might sort of make them here. Then that we can have an entry to there. And there's just, yeah, most of this will be become too wide. Which is good. And then this is obviously going to be the main bedroom. We can fit a double bed in there. And then this can be sort of like a kid's room or a spare single bed. Obviously can't fit a double bed in there unless we push it up against the wall kind of thing. But does this have, oh, it does have a sliding door. So yeah, lots to think about. And obviously you can access this bathroom as well from here and here. That's one of the things that always annoyed me, is that I wanted this to be like an ensuite kind of thing, but I don't think you're not able to have that, obviously, because like, yeah, so it's kind of a shared bathroom, but I kind of prefer just having single access. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to overcomplicate it too much, have too many doors. It obviously will restrict what we can put in this part of the room as well. So I thought we'll just delete that. I'm going to delete a bit of the furniture that we've currently got. And yeah, as I said, about 30 to 35,000. So we'll just get into it. We'll get started. Definitely just going to delete what we can for now. I might replace the lighting as well. We'll leave those cabinets just for now. Definitely just want to play around with this staircase first and foremost before we get into anything else. Don't really understand what's going on here. Is this like open? It is. Okay, well, I don't like that. I don't know how I feel about that, because it's just like, how does it look from the inside? I'm just really confused. Well, let's get the sledgehammer off so that we don't accidentally, oh, sorry, this is like really not, I just want to see what it looks like from the inside, but the walls are. Oh, God. Okay, let me go down. Give me a sec. Wait, it's like literally open. It's like open to the... I don't like that at all. Sorry, I can't move the camera much. But yeah, that's literally open to the bathroom and everything. Like that's not it. Okay, well maybe we do need to change this up a little bit and adjust our layout here. I don't really know what else we could add up here. I mean, we could obviously, you know, expand a little bit, but we could add another bedroom. Another option is potentially just have like a bigger balcony or something. Let's have a bit of a think, because if we sort of close this in, just pretend we close that in, that's still going to be quite a cramped hallway. So I just don't know how I feel about that. I feel like this almost needs to become like a landing type thing, just to sort of even make this room feel, this space up here feel spacious. But then the only problem is we've got the powder room there. So like potentially what if we push the powder room over to here? I mean, we don't need a powder room that big either. We literally just need like a little 2 wide one. And I mean, that kind of makes sense because then you're coming in from outside. So what if we put the powder room there? I know I literally just said, oh, we're not going to change walls around. Sorry, I am changing a couple of things around. But that threw a spanner in the works. So honestly, that little weird roof thing that was going on. But let me just see what it would look like with some spiral stairs if we put them sort of just in the corner here. Just move this little scoochy this window over. Okay, well, for starters, what way would it come up? Well, that way. Yeah, so that's how that would look. And then we'd have like an almost landing type thing here. Well, I mean, could we end up getting like a little kind of ensuite type thing going? Because that could be quite nice. But then it's just kind of, may as well make that an ensuite, you know what I mean? To this bedroom. So it doesn't quite make sense to me. I do want to close this in. Yeah, it just seems a little bit big. So I'm just not sure how I feel about it. Before we had the problem of it all being too small, I also feel like here it could be nice to have play with a little bit of the angles. Like, I don't know if we maybe we could even just make that slightly bigger. So the room just feels a little bit bigger. What about, sorry, I'm just playing around with a few things here. What about that? Doesn't quite look right. Hey, it just looks a bit funky. But then, yeah, that way that room's just a little bit bigger. I don't know how I don't quite like that. I kind of prefer it that way. That it's a bit more of a natural sort of like curve. Or what about that? That instead. And you're cutting off a little bit of that room. Okay, well, anyway, I think we'll just leave that. I do like that little quick curve we've just done. I know I literally just said we're not changing much, but like, what if we moved the kitchen over to this side? I'm just going to move it for a sec just to sort of figure out space and see, and obviously a fridge would be there. It just seems a little bit long, if I'm being completely honest. And then like, we'd have obviously like little islands there for space. And then that could be a bit of a dining nook. And then I prefer this is kind of like the lounge room. So I'm just not really sure because this is just a little bit too small for a kitchen. But then I feel like if we expand this little bit, which I think is what it needs, then we kind of lose a bit of the shape of the house. It's got quite a nice shape. Oh, this roof's all messed up now. To be fair though, like we are going to change quite a little bit of the roofing now that we've sort of played around with this. What have I done there? When did I do that? Thank you very much. Anyway, but yeah, so the other way I could sort of see us leaving the kitchen in that space is if we expand this, but then it would be what? Kitchen, dining, lounge. I kind of like the dining room being a little bit more intimate, which is kind of nice to have it at the front here. So like just for space, let me just place down a dining table. So like that would be the dining space. And then for the lounge room, that would be the lounge room. I think spatially this makes more sense, but then I just think this kitchen's slightly too big now. We could put a little plant there. I mean, like we can make it work, honestly. Always make it work. But then I feel like we kind of lose, oh no, the study thing could go up here. So then we've got a more just, you know, dining, kitchen, lounge, powder room. Then this could be like the landing could become where we put the study space. So that could work actually. Okay, I think I'm actually going to go with this. I think, you know, I'm not going to change it. I quite like these tiles actually, to be honest. I kind of feel like they could be quite nice in a powder room. I'll just bring them out just in case I end up wanting them. Everything else I'm not really a fan of. The carpet, I mean, it's actually not that bad, but like it's also a bit of an odd color. That texture's a bit better. I don't know, I need to sort of find more carpets because like I'm very fussy with my carpets. And like, especially like this one, I'm like, looks like dirty. And I always like to go with this carpet. Anyway, I'm just gonna remove all of this. Let's settle on some nice flooring down here. We'll pick out a nice little timber floor. These used to be like one of my favorite timber floors that I always would use in like all of my houses before I started my channel. And I feel like I haven't used it in a while. I've sort of more gone over to this one now. But yeah, I just kind of want to do something a little bit different. I mean, like I was thinking of doing like a tile, because I literally don't think I've ever done like a tiled area, like a tiled main living area, but like I'm not a fan. It's just not my style. So I feel like it wouldn't be authentic to me. So we'll just place that. And then upstairs, I think we could continue the timber floor just in the landing. Maybe we'll just bring up the tile that we've got down here just for continuity's sake. And then for the bedrooms, let's pick out a nice carpet. Okay, am I tripping out right now? Or does this actually just like look kind of nice? I don't know, it's just something different. Like I thought we could use the existing blue carpet that's here. And then I just found this yellow carpet that I kind of like. I mean, blue and yellow doesn't always go together, but I kind of like it. I don't know. I mean, we could always go back and change it. I might just run with it for now. As I said, I'm trying to do things a bit different. I'm trying to do something a bit new. We'll add our little fencing in there. We need to also pick some wall covering. So what currently have we got? We've got paste paint, and then up here we've got blue paint, which is actually all right. I mean, I would like maybe just some like either molding or the skirting board, just to tie it all together. Anyway, we'll have a look at that. And then what have they got in here? Sorry, I'm trying to get my little eyedropper tool. Totally taupe paint. All right, let's go through and pick some paint out. Okay, something a little bit different. I found the Beachy Keen paint, but it's got this kind of, I don't know how to really describe the color, but it's giving like blue and kind of yellow vibes. So I thought that could be a nice paint to have down on the ground floor in the main kitchen, living, dining area, that sort of thing. And then up here, I just sort of found that same paint, and then just there was one with a little white skirting board. And then in here, the only thing is it's wood skirting board, so I don't think there was a white one. Oh, there is. Maybe we could sort of make it match, but I quite prefer the wood if I had a choice. I wish this had a wood skirting board, but anyway, that's just Beachy Keen paint with the wood skirting board. And then same in here, it's just got the molding. Oh, actually, I feel like this should have the molding as well, but this doesn't have them. Okay, never mind. All right, fair enough. Unless, does this come with them? Oh, just off track right now. Oh, it does. Okay, that has molding. Well then, if this has got molding, I would like that to have molding. But then I feel like that's the same paint that we've got in the bathroom, which doesn't really make sense. What about like I've been really into using stucco in bathrooms lately. So what about like sunshine stucco? Because it's very like, we've got blue, which is just kind of the odd room at the moment. So also, why can't I see the windows? There we are. Yeah, I don't know. Or we could do like a white stucco. We've got to match it with the flooring that we've picked as well. Quite like the sunshine stucco, to be honest, but like it just seems a little bit dark. That's a bit modern, I think. What's this one? Southwest in banana. That's quite nice. I feel like we did this in the other build I recently did on the channel, so try and do something a little bit differently. Trying to acknowledge if I'm repeating things. Putty stucco. It's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of an in-between color of the yellow and the blue almost. Kind of don't mind that. Oh, actually it has molding. Oh, fawn stucco putty, sorry. With quinoing. What is quinoing? Why do I kind of like that? It's very elegant, very, very extra. And then obviously we need to do it down here too. I don't know, is that kind of weird? I think it's supposed to be like an exterior thing. But anyway, I don't care. I think it looks quite nice. We need to fix up the windows as well. We've got windows all over the place. Yeah, like what is going on? Definitely not a fan of having big windows to bathrooms, even if it is on the top floor. I don't know, not a fan. And then down here, maybe we'll just have a little window there. Maybe we'd have just two, just get a bit of extra air in there. Get rid of that. Do we like the windows that they've got, by the way, before we continue? So I feel like this is nice. And I like it in the white color. I think white is going to be quite nice, contrasting with the obviously the paneling that they've got. So I kind of am just thinking of leaving the window that they've chosen. It's always a nice basic staple of The Sims. We might get, do we want a double door or I don't know, this just seems like an internal door, to be honest. So, I don't know. Let's just see what a double door would look like. I mean, like, not that one, though. That's like a sliding door. It's just hard because I really like solid front doors. It's just a weird thing of mine. I don't like having glass. I don't want people to be able to see your business, you know, minding your own business. The other front door I use quite a lot, if I can find it, I literally always... Where is the one with the stained glass? Am I having a moment? It's not that one. Oh, here. Oh my God, sorry. Just having a full moment. This one's always quite good as a front door because I feel like you can't see in. It's pretty realistic. Other than that, this one... I mean, you can see in, so... Privacy, especially in the Pleasantview Let's Play, you know, you got to keep your secrets close. No, it's alright. This probably won't be necessarily for the Pleasantview Let's Play, but I think we might just go with this. I feel like it's a basic. It's just a winner, that door. That's nice. Alright, let's sort of figure out windows. I'm happy with the windows there. We'll obviously fine-tune that a bit when we end up placing fridges and blah, blah, blah. I feel like that's a little bit better, so it's a bit more symmetrical. I feel like having one there. Privacy. I'm literally just rambling on about privacy. And then I go and have that. But I mean, like, you can shut the drapes or curtains, whatever you want to call them. And then I definitely think we need some light coming into this area. And then, I don't know how I feel about this door. I feel like this door should be here. But then I don't know if I'm just tripping. But then that would mean we have to expand that a little bit. I just feel like it makes a little bit more sense. And then you've also got a clear run all the way through to there. But I mean, obviously there's going to be a lounge and everything here. Not sure. Do we also feel like this is quite open? Do we want to sort of close it off a little bit with something? Like whether it be something like this, just so we've got a little bit more privacy. I mean, I don't really use stuff like this, like the half walls and all that. So it might be nice to sort of mix it up a bit. Oh yeah, that creates the... a little bit more. Oh, that's actually a bit... I actually preferred it without. Is that... oh, at the end there, I don't quite like that though. But then I feel like if we stop at one short, then it's just... it just seems a little bit weird because, like, I feel like it would need to just be like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just coming out a little bit too much. But then if we do that... I'll mess that up, sorry. But then at least we've got a bit of privacy from the peeping toms in the window. I don't know. I do quite like the idea of just adding something because, like, I feel like it's... The only other thing that looks weird is because the spiral staircase is slightly off-centered because it's obviously a spiral item and, like, the way it twists. So I think that kind of looks a bit weird, but I kind of don't mind it. We'll just do that for now because obviously we don't know how far the furniture is going to stick out in here either. But anyway, that's actually not that bad. Windows, sorry, we got very distracted just then. Upstairs, we'll finish off the windows. Need to add some nice windows here. Nice double window there. We'll do there. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think this could have two, just let a bit more light in. And then I think we could have one there. And also, I mean, do you get this? I kind of don't know if I want this to be a functional balcony. I kind of don't know if I want it to just be like one of these balconies. Like, do you know what I mean? But then I quite like the screen door. But then there's literally nothing holding it up either, which is like kind of funny. Oh, sorry. Yeah, really structurally sound now. Don't stress, guys. Engineer Baydens here. No, I feel like that could be kind of cool. Just like a little bit of a fun detail for the house. Because I mean, like, there's nothing really that fun going on. I'm trying to make it look a little bit different. I think that's kind of cool. Something nice, something different, something unusual. I think if anything, we'd put that there. And then would we have another window here just to make it a little bit more symmetrical? I like the idea of adding a little bit of interest that way, especially because this is just like one long wall. So I kind of think it could be fun to sort of create like an indent or like a bit sticking out, or I don't know, just something to make it a bit of a point of difference. All right, just, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really think of anything to do on that side. I mean, like, if it was a really modern house, obviously, yeah, we'd create like a bit of an indent and blah, blah, blah. Let's just see how the auto roof does this roof. Don't really know what's going on. I would like that bit to just to stick out ever so slightly more, just so that we've got, you know, yeah, definitely like, oh God, why did I have to go one too far? Oh, okay, roofing in The Sims 2 is a bit of a struggle. Yeah, that's quite nice. And then here, like, I just don't understand why this is slightly different heights. It just doesn't really make sense to me. What about with the, why is that there? Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. It's supposed to, okay, yeah, it's supposed to, look, I'll leave that. It's actually not that bad. I just, there's just something not quite right about it and I can't put my finger on it. Let me try and fix it myself. Is that a good idea? Probably not. There, that's what I wanted to do. It just hangs out a little bit over this side. But I mean, like, who cares? Who cares? Got a bit of extra overhang. Not that deep. I mean, it is actually kind of weird now that I'm looking at it. Maybe just leave it as is. Maybe delete it. Oh, what was that? Yeah, okay, we'll leave that. Okay, sorry, I'm not going to waste any more time doing stupid roofing. I actually don't mind the tiles that they've placed, the default ones. I think the ladder roof could be kind of nice because it's got a blue exterior. There's literally a blue roof. Let's do a blue roof, honestly. I don't think I've ever done that. I think that's kind of fun. Let's mix it up. I don't know, we'll pick like an actual flooring, but I just want to put some like plants there or something. Nice. Yeah, all right, happy with that. Let's just fix up the internal doors next because they're just sort of the cheap doors. Change them up a little bit. We got one down here, yeah. Delete them. Let's just get some nice doors. How are we looking for money? 21. Haven't really done too much, to be fair. We've just kind of changed the wallpaper and added. I mean, to be fair, we added this whole extra section. Let's pick some doors. I don't know what one would look nice. Maybe just plain wooden ones in this. I think that in this build that's kind of nice. Maybe we'll have it there. And just smack in the middle there. I mean, like, kind of cool to have it on the corner like that, which I think is kind of cool. And then that way we've got sort of two distinct sort of zones. We are limited with that sliding door, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I would just like that handle to be facing the other way, please. Oh my God, so annoying. I literally just, you can't even like flip it. You have to like, it just never wants to place the way that you want it to place. And I think it's because of this, to be fair. I think this is just messing it up because I think I need it. Yeah, that's what I needed to do. It's fine anyway. It's just that sliding door wouldn't let me place it there just to change it. Let's jump into nighttime mode and place down some lights. Just really basic updates. This is sort of stuff that I always do to builds. Like I always just like to have the really basic sort of down lights just because I hate it's sort of like getting in your face when you're trying to play the game. So I quite like just these little basic lights, giving subtle source of light from like The Sims 4, which is kind of fun. How about we'll line that up? I mean, we could have pretty nice like feature lights above the island. Something mix it up. It's nice to mix it up sometimes, sorry, is what I mean. Maybe a light. Does this room need 2 lights on? Oh, I think it's okay. And then maybe a light here. Maybe just one more down there, just to be extra safe. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. All right, back to daytime. All right, let's just start doing a bit of furnishing. I feel like we're doing pretty good at the moment. Do we want to mix up the counters? Actually, I really don't mind the counters they've got. The only problem is it doesn't have an island variant, which is so annoying because I really like that. To be fair, they're supposed to be the cheap counters, but like they're pretty nice. It's just annoying that there's not, as I said, not an island variant. And then we've just got to figure out color. So we've got sort of like a bluey, sort of extremely light, sort of like creamy beige at the top. The color they've gone with is actually quite nice. I kind of like don't mind just continuing to use what we've got. As I said, the only annoying thing is it's not an island, not a functional island. We could sort of pretend it's a functional island and do something like that, and obviously not with those huge, like, how about just, is that perfectly, oh, pine, yeah, that's what I wanted. But then it's just annoying, you get that little lip there, I don't know. But that could honestly be what we want to do. We don't always have to have, like, you know, the functional islands where you can have a bar stool. It's not too important, I don't think. I actually don't mind the counters we've got. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with it. Do we want to mix up the colour of the little stove? I don't know. How are we looking for money? I've got to keep an eye on the budget. Anyway, let's get a fridge. It's a nice fridge. I think we could probably splurge on a nicer stove. May as well. Problem is, like, I don't know. They're not actually that much nicer. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I've ever used this stove before. It's pretty nice. And I quite like the colour. The default colour is quite nice. Is it supposed to be white? I don't know. It's silvery. Yeah, I think it's a silver. Then I feel like the fridge doesn't really go. The blue, go crazy with the blue. What about the stainless steel fridge instead? Oh, I don't know if that quite goes. I think this is supposed to... Okay, maybe we'll use this kitchen set because I literally don't think I've ever used it. May as well. Might as well. Yeah, let's go for it. I would like maybe the sink. Okay, sink there. Is there a matching... Oh, there is. Yeah, let's use this kitchen set. We've literally never used it before. May as well. This sink's actually quite nice. But it's also, every time I look at it, it's just the default Sims to sink. So I think we need to update it. This is a really good kitchen sink, this one. I quite like this one. This is a bit more bougie. It's an extra 150. Just depends on the colouring as well, if the colouring is going to work. I feel like that kind of goes with this. It's almost like a stainless steel sink. It looks slightly off-centered, which is kind of bothering me. That one's a little bit less so. I feel like we'll just literally... No, I think what? That colour goes better though. I think we might just leave that. And then we've got some prep space here. Do we want any appliances? Yeah, let's get some appliances. Oh, there's like a matching... I was going to say, there's matching microwave. Got the little blue... You can tell by the little blue label and all that. Is there a matching food processor? Because that's a bit cute. I think that's... Oh, it's like a toaster oven. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's literally the same. I think the Sims use it the same as a microwave. Get a coffee machine. I quite like the idea of having a coffee machine. But also a food processor is a little bit easier in game. Like, it actually is helpful. So I just don't know which one's the matching one. I think this one. Yeah, these colors are the matching one. Okay. Cute. I mean, we could also get the... Is there a matching... Is there a matching coffee maker? I feel like that's the matching coffee maker. But I might be completely off the mark. It looks kind of old as well. $95. That's so cheap. What a steal. Drip, drip, drip. Maybe that's the matching one. I don't know. They've got literally everything they could ever want. Oh, we just spent like all of our money. Quickie. I mean, that's nice. Yeah, it was quite expensive actually. Oopsie. Anyway, we'll come back. If we need money, we'll come back. We'll delete stuff. And I also really don't care if we go a little bit over budget. It is what it is. These are my like favorite. I'm going to show you my favorite plants. And I want your help picking which one we're going to go with. Because I feel like I always use the same one. And it's this one. So why don't we mix it up a little bit and use that one? Just trying to do different things in this build, honestly. And I'm quite happy. Oh, what if we did like a feature here instead of just doing that, which is like pretty basic? What if we created like a feature, like either brick or stone or something? Oh, that could be kind of fun. Do we like that, or do we want like an actual sort of brick moment coming along? I quite like it. It's giving outdoor. That's the only thing that I'm just sort of struggling with. It's literally like an outdoor brick. This is more like your marbly sort of stone. That's like too bougie for this space though, so I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, that's literally what we've selected. Oh, that's like Stacker Stone. I feel like Stacker Stone is so like 2010s. Like it's literally like 2010s. Like it's just, it was in every freaking house ever. And I think it's kind of gone out of style a little bit now. I might be wrong though. I might have come back. That's quite a basic sort of Sims 2 one. Let's just leave what we've got for now. I actually don't mind it. Let's maybe move over to the dining room now. Pick out some nice furniture. So that was just a little placeholder item we put down there. I like that shape though. I don't think we're going to deviate from that shape too much. What other options have we got? That kind of ties in a bit with that, I guess. It's just a bit too modern, that one, I think. This one, I feel like it has like a nice recolor. But then that doesn't go because it's like, that's black. It's got a black stand. I don't think that quite goes. Yeah, I feel like this is a bit too much as well, unless we went with the oak. I don't know. This is the build of trying new things. Or there's like this type of one, which always bugs me. I feel like you'd kick your freaking legs on that. I don't know. That's just me being like easily like annoyed by stuff like that. I feel like I would sit down at that table and constantly, because I always like, I'm so tall. Okay, I'm 6'5". So just background. I would definitely like extend my legs and kick that. So I don't know. But I guess that avoids you accidentally playing footsies with someone under the table, because I always do that by accident because I'm just stretching my legs. I don't know. It definitely, I don't think it goes. It's just very bulky. I feel like, well, I guess to be fair, we have a big bulky island. Can this like wrap around, by the way? If I like, sorry, I'm trying to click on the, oh my God, I'm actually trying to click on the wall. Oh, it's a bit much. Bit much if it comes around, I think. Or is it? Or is that just what we need? Is this just what the space is crying out for? I actually don't mind that. I don't mind that. Maybe we'll just leave it. We'll come back to it if we need. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. Not a fan of a glass table. I feel like that would easily just #snap. And then this is getting up there a bit price-wise. What was the literal other option? Oh, what about this one? So it's giving diner though, that's the only thing. Like the outdoorsy one. Does this have like an ochre colour? Oh, it actually does. That is cheaper. I don't know, how much was that? Sorry, $8.50. $9.50. I think we might just leave that for now. Let's try and find matching chairs. That's always a struggle. Sorry guys, just took a quick break. We are back. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to tossing up in my head whether or not we wanted to make this a really sort of skint kind of like starter home. Like sort of I was thinking, oh, should I go back and remove some of the stuff that we've added? But you know what? It's fun to furnish it. It's fun to sort of make it look fun. I won't go too detailed because I do sort of want to have that idea that someone can move in and like, you know, add their touch. So I think we'll just keep going with our little renovation. We need to pick some chairs. I don't know, chairs are always really hard to pick, so I might actually just have a bit of a browse off camera. So we've got this option, or we have that option. If I go back there, I do feel like that's quite busy, like, because it's obviously this table's quite detailed and then the chair's quite detailed. So I kind of like feel like it's nicer paired with a more simple chair. The other option is we could make them white, just to sort of like, because we've got kind of like an oak and white sort of contrast going on in this house. So I don't know whether that looks nice or that looks better. Or even the these chairs, we could just turn them white, because there is a white recolor of those. Or even, I love doing like little mix and match of all the different colors. We'll see what the white looks like. Maybe that sort of tones it down a little bit. I don't know. Other than that, I don't think any other chairs really go. This one potentially, but then I don't think the wood's quite the same tone. The oak, it's a bit darker on the chair, so yeah, I don't know. Look, I think we'll just leave that for now. Maybe we'll come back and revisit it if we do want to change it up further. I was thinking about where we want to put like the phone and stuff, and like potentially here, which is kind of weird because I know it's near the back door, but like we don't really have much room. Sorry, I just whipped the camera around. We don't really have much room because I've got quite a lot of windows here. But I did sort of want to get a lot of natural light in, but like yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that we could add some more windows over this side. But I mean, I kind of like the way they look from the front. So like, as you can see, we've got quite a sort of nice sort of symmetry going there. So I think we might just do a little basic phone. I don't know. I don't even know which one to pick. It's so weird picking out these type of phones because it's like, they're not really that common anymore. Like the little wall hung phones like that. This is so 2000s. I love it. I don't know. I mean, we'll mix it up. I don't think I've ever used that phone. Love the big buttons. Very accessible. Maybe we've got a bit of a blue. We do have a bit of a blue theme going. So maybe we'll tie that all in nicely. We need to do the lounge room next. If we do sort of start going a bit too over budget, I am happy to remove some of these little appliances and maybe downgrade some of the appliances as well. Did we say we wanted to do like crazy sort of feature lights above this kitchen? I mean, I did, but like, is that going to be a good thing budget-wise? I don't know. Plus, there's not really that many to choose from, to be fair. Like, I don't know, maybe this one's giving futuristic. I don't know. I think it's literally a kid's light, so maybe not. I don't know. It is kind of hard. These are kind of cool, to be fair. I don't think I've literally ever used them, but like, that could be fun in like I don't know if it's quite a kitchen. I don't know if it's quite a kitchen sort of like feature light kind of vibe, but I literally think those are pretty cool because I don't think I've ever used them like ever. I think they're pretty cool. They've got some recolors as well. I mean, it kind of goes, it's because this is a little bit more like silvery kind of sleek kind of vibes. So in this kitchen, so I actually kind of don't mind that. I think we'll just go with it. We're at 28,000 so far. I'm not really that fussed. Happy if we go up to about 40. We could sort of save some money, get a cheaper TV, that sort of thing, because this one's what, 3,000, and then yeah, we could get some cheaper ones. But I think this one's quite nice. Love the big ass speakers. I don't know. this is so quintessentially The Sims 2. I love it. Very iconic. We'll pick a sofa. Okay, I've changed those chairs back to oak. I just found this sofa. I don't think I've literally ever used this sofa before. Is that the matching? No, that's not the matching one. I don't know. I quite like this color. It's like a yellowy. Honestly, sometimes when I'm furnishing in The Sims 2, there are chairs that I find and like items I find, and I'm like, bro, I have not seen this. I've been playing this game for like 20 years. But I don't know, the yellow is kind of fun because then it ties in with the yellow we've got upstairs. I don't know. So that's something a bit different. Yeah, and then now the other option, so then the other dilemma is I think we need to expand that. Yeah, I was going to say, I wasn't quite sure how far to bring this out. Oh yeah, we changed it to the cinder block kind of vibe. But yeah, once we've actually placed down the lounge room furniture and the rest of the furniture, I feel like it does need a bit of an extension there. A coffee table next will sort of complete the space, I think. The only thing I'm not too sure about is that obviously this is a darker wood color. There are some nice recolors though. Sorry, I don't know why that's all highlighted like that. There we go. So that's a lighter wood. I don't know if that potentially makes it look like it sort of suits the space a bit more. I kind of prefer the lighter wood on the inside though. I kind of like the default. And then I don't know about like a coffee table. It's kind of hard because I was like, there is an oaky sort of colored one, that one, but it's slightly darker oak than everything else. So I just don't know if I should just go for white. I also, as I said, changed those chairs back. So then it's just kind of a random white coffee table, which I don't think is the vibes. I could try and get the darker tone, which matches the... But then, as I said, everything's oak, so it's just very weird. It doesn't quite go. Yeah, I don't know. That's really hard. I feel like it's a bit of a lose-lose situation if I use that coffee table. Let's see what other options we have. Okay, yeah, this one could maybe work a bit better. Oops, sorry, I was trying to recolor that. What are the other recolors we've got? We've got a slightly darker oak, but I think the lighter one goes a bit better. It's just, this is more of a cool oak. This is a warmer oak over here. So I don't know. That's really hard. This is really hard picking a coffee table. Well, I mean, that's a funky coffee table. I don't think I've ever used this item either. So once again, we're using some new items. Can we create like a coffee table out of this if we use like move objects? Like, I mean, it would obviously be better if it had one top, but I don't know. Or do we just like it as a little side table? I like the idea of a coffee table just because I feel like it kind of... Oh God, can I place that better? No, apparently not. Okay. I don't know. I just feel like a coffee table is better. Is there a 2-tile version of this? Not that I can see. Oh, these are really nice as well, by the way, but I don't think they go with this build whatsoever. I'm just going to put that back for a second because I do quite like that. Yeah, this is really nice, but it definitely doesn't go with the style of this build, and it's very bougie. Love this bright crimson red or whatever you call it. No, thank you. Oh yeah, as I said, we could just go for a basic glass table. Maybe we should go for a glass one, but then I just feel like the glass, once again, doesn't really make sense. But then I guess potentially the glass kind of goes with this kitchen set because it's a little bit more like futuristically kind of like silver. I don't know, you know what I mean? Let's just have a bit of a look. I do like the oak sort of foot that they've got, or leg, whatever you call it. We could go for a darker... Ooh, I actually don't mind it. But as I said, I don't think stylistically it goes. It's just really modern. Sorry, I'm having like... I'm getting really worked up by this coffee table. Stylistically, that's too modern because everything else is very... This is very like old kind of like... Not old, I don't know, I'm really bad at naming styles, but it's just a little bit more old, like more wood, earth. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just not quite... It doesn't quite go. It doesn't go, full stop. Are there any cool recolors of this? Half this video is going to be me being a coffee table. I mean, we could just do the one. I mean, like, this is a fun item that I haven't used in a hot minute. I'm going to bring that off to bring it slightly closer. I don't know. It is kind of nice pushed up against there, but like I also feel like it just needs to creep in like a smidgen. We've got a pretty decent sort of like space to maneuver around for all the Sims. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Why am I having so much trouble picking a coffee table? Like, this is actually a bit of a joke. The other option is this one. These are our two options, but like stylistically, this has got bulkier legs, this has got bulkier arms. I feel like it just sort of goes. Do I want to try and make it match the darker timber though? Is that what the problem is? No, I like the oak. Or that, yeah, that's just slightly too light. Whereas the oak goes with like the flooring and stuff. I don't know, we'll just leave that as is. I don't know if we need a plant in the corner or something. I think a plant would look kind of nice. I was gonna say a bookcase, but I mean, like, I think we're gonna probably put a bookcase up here. So I think, yeah, just sort of something there would be nice. That's the plant we've used already. This is also another plant I haven't used in a hot minute. It's giving like rustic cabin kind of vibes. Kind of looks like a Christmas tree as well. I don't know why that's throwing me off. Yeah, maybe just like a literal basic little plant there. Nothing crazy. 31. Yeah, we're a little bit over. But this is the downstairs so far. Are we sort of vibing the downstairs? I haven't done the powder room yet, but just not sure about the lounges. I really shouldn't be second guessing myself this much. I just wish there was one that was like fully oak. Oh God, what did I... Is that... Oh, it's in a different spot. Yeah, I think I do like it inverted that way. Sorry, that way. We'll just leave that for now. I can't keep going with this. Let's get a cheap little powder room going. Nice little budget powder room. So this is $800, $950, or we get our little cheap $300 toilet. I mean, as I said, it is a starter sort of home, so I don't mind us going a little bit cheaper. So I love how I deleted this at the start. Like, yeah, let's get rid of all that ugly default furniture. And then now I'm like, oh, we need to actually save money. Yeah, let's just go for the default green, or do we want to go for just a white toilet? Yeah, we'll change it from the default. That's a good idea. We'll get a matching kitchen counter. No, there we are. Matching counter. Do we want to do like a fun powder room? Like, do we want to do like the cinder blocks? Well, let's just see how that goes with the, what do you call it? The flooring. Does that go with the flooring? Like, I just feel like it's fun to do something a little bit different in the powder room. I don't know, I don't really mind it. I think in this instance I might do that, and then we'll get a nice little sink. Because I mean, you need a mirror, so I think that way we can have a nice mirror above there. I mean, that's like quite a nice little basic sort of sink, little powder room sink. Nothing too fancy. If not, we've just got, yeah, it's a little bit too old. And then this one's a little bit too extra. Does this have like different recolors? It's still a bit extra. I don't know if yeah, let's just literally go with this one. Now let's go and get, so sorry, just getting interrupted. Let's pick a mirror. I don't know, trying to sort of mix it up and use some different items. That one's quite a nice mirror. I quite like that. I'm just gonna put that out there for a sec. Other option is just sort of like this one, which I think looks a little bit cheaper. Other than that, yeah, this one maybe. I don't know, I quite like the one that we've sort of picked there. Other options would be, oh, that's a little bit big, this one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. All right, let's go with that one. Cool. All right, I'm pretty happy with the downstairs. Haven't done the outside yet. We'll just worry about that later once we figure out how much budget we have. Let's maybe move on to, I don't know, bathroom. Yeah, let's do the bathroom again. We'll bring up some of this cheaper furniture. And cheaper sort of fixtures, I mean. And then we need to also work out a rough layout in here. It's always hard when I've placed the door like that, to be fair. It's just really hard because like a lot of the showers in The Sims 2, at least the nice ones, are the curved showers that like you need to access from the side, and like they just take up so much more space. And then the other option is like the full sort of like shower tub combo kind of thing, which is just a little bit too much sometimes. But as I said, it's a budget home, so how about we scooch that over. Annoying thing is you walk right into the toilet, but it is what it is. I don't know, am I going a bit too stingy? Like that's the problem. I sort of feel like I've done quite nice, especially in the kitchen, and I'm just like, no, you got to try and find that balance between stingy and then still saving a bit of money kind of thing. So this I think could have 2 sinks. And then the mirrors, like do we want to mix it up again with the mirrors? Like we're going crazy, experimenting with all new things. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Oh yes, Mirror of Darkness definitely fits the theme. I'm kidding. That's actually quite a nice mirror, to be fair. Yeah, I don't know. That one's kind of big. Does this one have a different red color? It actually does. Oh wow. See, you wouldn't, when you look at this, it's the default is red. So you're kind of just like, ew. But there's actually some quite nice colors, to be fair. So that's just like a plain white. I literally didn't know that was a thing. So how do we feel about plain white mirrors there? This bathroom's definitely a bit sad. I don't know if we should splurge a little bit. Maybe even at least just with the shower tub. So that was 1,100. This is 2,200, so it's literally double the price, but it is much, much nicer. We can also play around with the little edging of the bath, so we can do like a wood like that, or just a white. I mean, the wood would add a little bit of warmth at least. Oh, that would, sorry. And I mean, like maybe should we get a nicer toilet? Because I mean, we're using it more often, or I think the white's actually a bit better. I don't know. This is really hard. Let's change it back because we're wasting a bit of money. Anyway, I'm happy with that for now. We can revisit it if we get a bit more, if we decide to increase the budget. I just think a nice plain sort of double bed here will be nice. How do we feel about this bed? I feel like this bed's kind of similar to the lounges in terms of like the pattern and all that sort of stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of similar. So then we need to pick some side tables. I feel like this is kind of funky. So these are actually coffee tables, but like, I think they're kind of cool as like a side table because like they're a little bit lower, but I feel like the bed's also a little bit like, it's not heaps bulky. I don't know. It's definitely something different, and I like doing different things at the moment. So maybe see how that's going to look. We'll see if we maybe we'll do like a plant and then like a light. I like having a bit of asymmetry there. That's always nice. So we'll pick a nice little lamp. Okay, so that's like a first option. I've tried to just use different sort of plants and then different sort of lamps. It's like it's a really funky lamp. Or we could even potentially do like a bit of asymmetry and have like a floor lamp. I don't really know how I feel about that, but I think that could be kind of cool. I just don't know if we've picked the right lamp. I don't know. I just picked that one because I thought it was similar to the ones that we did for the overhead feature lights downstairs in the kitchen. But yeah, I don't really know. Does this have like a normal lampshade? Like, I don't know. I don't really want like a, just literally want a plain lampshade. Apparently not. That would be a really versatile lamp if it had that. Let's do like tiki torches. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, a lot of them just don't really have plain lampshades. Oh, this one doesn't have any recolors. That's a bit shit. Sorry. And then we're getting a bit too expensive now. So I don't know. Maybe that one. This is a bit of a challenge trying to work this out. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just leave that for now. I don't know. I'm just kind of we'll leave it for now. We'll go back and refine it later. A dresser. That's the other question we need to have. That literally didn't even make any sense. That's the other question. That's the other item that or the other unknown, I think is what I was trying to say. That's quite a nice default dresser. I'm sort of trying to, yeah, find some good sort of just like basics. I think that's a good scale. Like this is tiny. Like that's tiny. Like why is that even an item? And then these other ones just don't have the right scale either. Whereas I think this is a perfect scale. Another one that's got a good scale is that one. Wow, that's actually a really nice recolor. I don't think I normally just have the default black. Well, not black, it's dark wood, I mean, but it looks black in the, am I thinking of this one? Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're thinking of this one, Baden. That's also got a nice sort of recolor. I like this. I don't think I've ever used that, so let's use that. Let's something different once again. Feeling good, 38,000 so far. We'll do the single bedroom next, and then maybe the landing. Single bedroom's always really hard because like there's never any matching beds, so I feel like you have to sort of just try and mix it up a little bit. This one's always nice. It's like a hotel bed, like from the Bon Voyage pack, but like I always think they're pretty cool. It's a bit expensive though, $875. Is it more expensive than the? Oh wow, it actually is. Okay, well I don't think that's a smart financial decision. These ones remind me of like camp beds. They literally make my skin crawl. So maybe not. I don't know why everything's placing funny lately. I don't even have quarter tile on. But it's like clipping into the wall. Anyway, other option is just sort of like a cheap bed like that. Let's see what sort of recolors it's got. It's got some odd recolors for the headboard, so I don't know if I like that one. This is another IKEA. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, it's got like little drawers underneath. I don't think I've ever seen that bed before. Oh, does that not have any recolors of, doesn't have a headboard recolor? Well, I mean, like it would be nice if that had that. Where's that other IKEA one? Here. That's always a good affordable spare bedroom bed. But I don't think it quite goes. It's a little bit too modern for the space. Do we want a little poster bed? I mean, it's cute. I mean, it's kind of makes sense because we've got a 4-poster bed in that room. So maybe we can go with this. Oh, it's got blue. Okay, well, that's kind of like meant to be, I think. I don't really like any of the crazy bedspreads. I think I just want to sort of find the plain one. All the beds, it's in different spots. I don't know. I can never find the little plain. That's plain white. And there's like a plain sort of yellowy. Oh, I think that is the one I'm thinking of actually. But anyway, we'll just do white. That's actually quite nice. Maybe we'll use some of that furniture in this because it's a blue room. So we'll use some of the furniture that I think it came with seasons. Yeah, this, I think it all came with seasons. Do we like that? I think so. I don't know if it's just I'm doing it for the sake because it matches, but I think it's pretty cool. I need to find the blue. Oh, do we need a desk in here actually if we're going to have a desk right out there? I mean, it could be the same. We could do the same blue desk just for the sake of bringing a bit of the blue out there. I don't know. This room is kind of hard. So like I think, because obviously this is going to be like a little study nook sort of landing. We could have like, you know, a bookcase. Oh, actually, I feel like a bookcase would really block the view there if we had it. I don't know. I think maybe just in the bedroom we'll get another dresser and then maybe just like a little chair or something. Let's just see. Yeah, I was going to say there is not a single dresser version Oh my god, this is so annoying because of the doors. I knew there was a reason why I was trying to get rid of the door before. And that's why, because it doesn't let you place any. I mean, to be fair, we can. I'm just going to put move objects on. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just put move objects on. And then hopefully we can place all that stuff down with no issues. Yeah, that's the blue one. I would like that to be just scooched into the middle a little bit. We need to, whatever that is, we need to like recolor that. It's horrible. Yeah, I think dresser, and then maybe just like a little chair. But it needs to fit the vibe. Is there like a matching? Oh, there he is. Oh, but that doesn't really, it doesn't go with anything though. Well, that's kind of annoying. There's a blue chair. No, it's not the right shade of blue. I don't know. Let me pick one off camera. To be fair, we could literally just put like a plant there and I feel like it would literally look pretty good. Do we want like a little floor? I don't know, I'm very into floor lamps. I think we've used a few too many. How about we do, I don't know, the table lamps just aren't that nice in this game, which is kind of annoying. That's pretty like basic sort of modern one, but like it doesn't quite go with the theme of the build. Why do we have 3 of those? Just out of curiosity. Why is that not like a recolor? Very weird. Anyway, where was that lamp that we deleted from the master bedroom? It was like a weird, like egg-shaped thing. Here it is. Soji tape. Oh, it's a oh, okay. So it's a lantern. Oh, nice. Oh, it's an Oriental inspired. Okay, all right, fair enough. I was like really confused by it. No, that makes sense. Doesn't quite go in this room though. I don't think. Is that a candle? Like, I don't know if a candle's quite a table lamp, but I mean, it's giving candle. It is a candle, so why is it called a table lamp? See what I mean? Like, there's just weird ass lamps in this category. Like, I don't want a trophy lamp. I don't want a Squidward lamp. Like, just jellyfish lamp. You know what I mean? How about just a blue candle? We love it. Bringing a bit of the blue out. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the fact that we're bringing the blue. I kind of just want to confine the blue to that room, if I'm being completely honest. So as I said, I do want a computer landing up here. We could do, this one's quite bulky, but I use it a lot, as I keep saying, so I want to sort of use something a bit diff. I do use this one quite a bit. That one, very blue, that one. So I don't know. There's not really that many to choose from. So I mean, like, sometimes there's going to be a little bit of crossover with the options that we've got. Potentially just the white version. Oh, that's got like a wooden, you can pick it's got like a wooden underbit. That's kind of fun. Do like a wooden underdesk, or actually, is that, sorry, I'm getting very, oh, it's like no, it's like a laminate type top. I was gonna say if it's wood. Yeah, I don't mind that. I haven't used that recolor before, so that's our new thing for this area. For the chair, do we want to just get, maybe they brought up like a dining chair. And I mean, you can always bring it down if you need like extra space for your guests. We'll place Mr. Humble's computer there when they obviously load in. So we're at 40,000 already. We've kind of gone a little bit more than I was kind of hoping for. As long as we don't go over 45, I think I'm fine. I don't know. I love how every time I do one of these little renovations, I'm like, yeah, no more than 30. And then we end up just blowing the budget. I need to actually stick to a budget at some point. But yeah, a bookcase I think will be really nice. I think in terms of gameplay, oh, but that's so annoying, like walking straight up into the chair. I was going to say, and then I feel like the bookcase should be in here, just so that it's like, I feel like you'd play from this angle. So then that's not really blocking the view, but like, that's like a perfect spot for a desk. So I don't know. Because yeah, that's just a little bit, maybe slightly in the way, and then obviously you can't even see it. You're just looking at the back of a bookcase. So it's just not quite ideal. That's another option that's a little bit less in your face. But then it's just like, what would you put here? There's not really anything there. It's just kind of awkward. You'd probably just put like a plant or something. Which I mean, like, we've gone a bit overboard with plants in this build. So like a plant a step. Like, we really like we're bringing the nature indoors. We love it. I don't know. I really don't know. This one was something that we were trying to use downstairs. So like that could work. I don't like the bookcase that we've picked, by the way. Let's just get another one. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an awkward landing. As I said, ideally, if this wasn't The Sims, I would just put the bookcase here. But if it's The Sims, I'm like, feng shui of the camera angle. Like, I don't know. It's just not quite right. We could do that one. What other options did we have just then? That was the white one we had here. It's just a bit too cheap. Literally, you can see like the little screw holes and stuff. So, not really a fan. I mean, this bookcase sort of seems like it goes with the bed for one, and also the lounges downstairs. To be fair, why don't we put a bookcase downstairs? Like, why don't we put like a bookcase here? Then that's not really like obstructing the view. Oh my god, sorry, can I place that? Thanks. Maybe just a plant in there, but then I feel like this is just slightly too crowded down here now. And then this is just slightly too bare up here. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe we will, yeah, we'll get rid of it. It's the thought that counts. Yeah, I think we'll just go with the one we've got, to be honest. Nothing too crazy. I don't really even think we need like a little table lamp. I think we're just going a bit too overboard. I do want to do the rest of the money, use the rest of the money with landscaping. We do need to sort of get some plants up in this place. Sorry, oh my god, I don't know, something's going on with my cats. I could hear my mom in the background, bro. This is what happens. This is why I live alone. I mean, I'm sorry. This is why I want to live alone. Sorry is what I was trying to say. But I do what I gotta do. Anyway, off topic. Let's pick a nice pathway, sort of stone or whatever, to go up to the front of the house. That's the one that we've got so far, and it's just the default one, and I always get annoyed when the default one's there. I just kind of want to do something a little bit different, but it is just really hard because like nothing really looks good other than the default one. Sometimes these look good, but I use them so much, and then we've got like a cool sort of facade that's a warm brick, so it just doesn't quite go. To be fair, should we just leave that as is for now? Maybe we'll fiddle around with it later. If we do that though, I need to replace that because like that looks really bad. I was actually considering having a driveway in this build, but I don't know. It's just like, I feel like I'm just filling the space for the sake of it. Because yeah, I think we should just honestly put some trees around. I don't want to do anything too crazy with the landscaping. It's just not needed. If I move objects on, I will just fiddle around with these. I mean, do we like the mailbox like that? I don't mind, we'll just leave that. Let's pick some nice flowers to put in here. I'm going with the white daisies. I've done them at the back there too. And then, yeah, just want to get some trees up in this place. But, oh, yes, beautiful. Love that one. Sorry. Yeah, I just don't really know which trees to pick. These trees are quite nice. They're sort of similar to what is around the world, but it's not exactly similar. I do think we will just do this driveway purely because I just purely just need something to fill this space. If we do the brick, I think the reddish brick, is that kind of cool? Because this is like slightly lavendery. It's almost got a tiny bit of a red hue to it. What does it actually say? Slate grey. Okay, I'm just really colorblind. I thought it was like lavender. I don't know, but that's the option. Or just like the concrete driveway, but I think in the black. So that's what it would look like. Which I don't think goes. If we do the brick, we could then potentially get the brick that matches. But then I'm just using a lot of brick lately in all of my builds, so I don't know what to do. That pattern's too repetitive for such a small space. How does this work? Like that? Yeah, I'm not a fan. That almost looks like off-centered. I don't know what it is. It just looks funky. That one, that's quite nice. Or yeah, the exact matching brick. That one's kind of cool. I don't know, I'm not sure. I kind of just feel like leaving it. That one's also kind of alright. Much to think about. We'll just leave it. Sorry, that's just my motto of this build. We'll just leave it, guys. It's fine. And then we'll get a nice little garage. Let's pick a nice door. It's gonna go with the. I'm sorry, just sizing it up next to the house and see what goes. I just hate the default one. I don't know. It gives me the ick. It's like when you're lazy, you just be like, oh, I'm just gonna leave it as the default one. But I feel like the default one kind of goes. Am I being silly by putting this carport in? Like, how much money are we wasting doing this? Let me actually check it out. 44. I mean, it definitely doesn't go what we've picked. Maybe it does need to be the black, so it goes at least with the roof. Oh my god, coffee tables and driveways are getting us this in this video. Yeah, maybe we do need to go with that. Oh, sorry, I just tried to really aggressively delete that and I hit the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, how do we feel about that? Just not a fan of... This could potentially work if we had wooden accents on this house. But then I like the white that we've got. The only other thing I could maybe change is the wooden... This little fence, like, because we've got, maybe we'll have the matching fence that is with, oh, it's very low, but the fence that goes with the internal stairs, which I think, yeah, maybe it's just as simple as making that change, and then it kind of like, oh yeah, kind of makes sense, or even just as simple as changing the front door so it stands out a bit more. Oh, this is really hard. Would this house look better with the wooden accents instead of the white windows? Am I seriously about to go around and change every single window? Oh my god, let me just have a quick look. Ooh, what do we think? And that's the original white. Well, I mean, it definitely goes with the garage door that we've picked. How does it look from the inside? Does the inside make a little bit more sense? Or is it then just like... I have a feeling it does look a little bit better, actually. Okay. I kind of hate making a change like this so late in the video, but I think I am actually going to change this to the wooden windows. Normally I do just... Yeah, normally I've been doing the wooden windows, but I was trying to do something a little bit different and do the white, but I think it actually looks better. How does it look in the blue room, though? Probably not the best in the blue room, but I think that's a small sacrifice for the greater good of the whole build. Yeah, we'll just see what this looks like. We can always change it back. That's what I love about The Sims. You know, there are no mistakes. You can always go back. See what that's like. And then I need to chuck a roof. I'm not going to mess with... I think I can't remember if we've auto-roofed that or not, but I am just going to do that roofing. Matching. I mean, we can get windows on here, like on the, what do you call it, the garage. I'm just going to turn off move objects to do that though. Maybe just, I don't want to go overboard because I feel like it looks really bad. Like, I don't know, sometimes it just looks a bit much when you've gone a bit overboard with the windows on a garage. It's like, why have you wasted your time with that? Yeah, okay. I don't know, I'm kind of grimacing because I'm just not sure how I feel about it. But I think it's the best option. I'm just annoyed that these little porthole window things don't match better. Like, why is there not like an exact recolor? The only other one is this one, but I don't know what the recolors of it are like. I don't know if it's quite... I don't know. I don't think it's quite the same. I don't know what to do for the... Is that literally just, it's sand, isn't it? So we need to have like actual paving out here. I think just like that. I don't want to do anything crazy. And then I don't know if we want to add like a fence or if that's going to like really just blow the budget. This is supposed to be like a pretty, like, not that expensive house. Do we like the hedge down here? I don't know, I just felt like it needed something other than just flowers, and I think the hedge is like something nice to sort of break it up. I'm just really like not sure. We're definitely going very over budget. Who cares? Let's get a nice little BBQ out here. Pay homage to the yellow. And then other than that, I don't really know if we're going to have much seating or anything out here. Like we've got, yeah, as I said, we've got the dining table in there. And then if we start adding like, you know, outdoor seating, it's going to get a little bit crazy in terms of, yeah, like this is pretty expensive, like $4.50. Even just literally one, I think is kind of cute. Just, what are we looking at? The chapel, love that. Oh, there is like a little botanical garden in there. Very nice. And then maybe just like a little fire pit area could be kind of quirky. Maybe it's nice to do the recolor, like we've got the lighter bench. Or do we like the default? Quite like the default one, to be fair. And then fire pit. I think fire pit could be nice, but like nothing, not going to put anything crazy. Like maybe just like literally some folding chairs around it. Just so there's something sort of nice to do in this, especially this sort of area near the trees is quite nice. Let's just see what that looks like. What if I literally get like the cheapest little plastic? Oh, I keep thinking it's the Sims 3 where they what do you call it? They snap to it, but they don't in this game. I mean, I can obviously use move objects. Oh god, if we're gonna do that, we need to like actually make sure it's like even. I'm just like, is 2? That looks a bit stupid. Sorry for expressing myself. It does look a bit stupid. Let's just go and do some terrain painting because that always does help with the way everything looks. I always get, okay, so what, that's soil. You never find the dirt that I actually like. Park bark? No. Darker grass, desert dirt? Maybe the desert dirt's quite nice. Let's do that. Just a little bit around there, nothing crazy. A little bit around the stumps. Oh god. Like I was doing that in cursive. Like, and we'll do a little bit here, I think. Okay. Cute. What are we at? 47. I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. I don't think it needs anything else. Do we like the idea of bringing up the cinder block into this bar? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it looks quite right. Do we want to change that back? I think I might actually change that back. I kind of like it a bit better. All right, I've just sort of gone around and I added some bushes over this side, added some more plants there. I do think I just want to finish this off with a little bit of the sconcing, but I'm just not sure quite what's going to look the best. I mean, do we want to go multi-floor with it and have a bit of symmetry? Potentially? I don't know. Oh, it could even look good over on these walls too. That's the thing. I feel like we can definitely go very... No, I don't think we need to do that. I think just one there, one there. But I think here, like we can actually get some of those like wall-mounted planters. Like there is a wall-mounted one, and like am I making that up, or is that the Sims 3? No, there is wall planter. I feel like a wall planter would look amazing up here and down here. What do we reckon? It's just a little bit of extra detail. I don't know. I don't think it's gone astray. We can definitely recolor it though. Sorry, it's really hard to see. Let me just zoom in and do a bit of squint. I think the white's kind of nice. And then the reeds, I don't think it really matters. So we'll just do the white update for the little pot that it's in. And then do we like this light? Don't know if I'm quite a fan. I did like that it was yellow because it was like got the yellow carpet upstairs. So it's kind of similar. Other than that, I was quite into, where is the one that I'm quite into? This one. Been quite into this one lately. It's just weird the way we've placed the windows down here. I really do think it's a bit odd. Because you like to, you know, ideally you'd have a cheeky little sconce here. But it's like, I put a window there, so I don't know what to do. Or do we delete this window and then scooch that to here? Potentially. And then, yeah, there's the recolors. I think the wood would just look the best. Doesn't quite look right. I think we need to just put it back. Just put it back. There we are. And then do we want to have it also on this wall? And then I think we're also going to need to have one out the back. And ideally, I would like to have a door from this garage, but like you need to have more floor space, which is kind of annoying. 49,000. Look, it's still nothing crazy. It's not like $100,000 build or anything like that, or renovation. I think it's a pretty decently furnished house that someone can also still come in and do some upgrades to it, which is fun. So I don't think we've gone too overboard. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this little video up here. Let's get a nice little screenshot. Normally I cut this out, but we'll do it together, guys. Let's frame it up nicely. Maybe a little bit. It's always hard to frame these up quite nice. Do that, and then I think we'll press the tab button and take our little screenshot. You can't see the little menu that I just brought up. There we are. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's pretty cute. Let's do a little bit of a tour. Okay, so let's tour the build that we've done. So here's the facade. So we basically added this nice little garage in, which I think was a pretty good decision. Oh, actually, let's just quickly add a little light in. Sorry, I would love to get through one of these little recap when I'm recapping what I've done without realizing I've forgotten something. Anyway, so that's the garage that we've added on here. Originally, the facade had this kind of like angled roof here to be in line with this. And then, yeah, it was actually kind of open to the outside, the second floor. So we decided to remove that and we've squared it off. And yeah, other than that, we haven't made any other structural changes. In the backyard, we've added some nice plants. We've got 2 big trees, a nice fire pit area. We've also got some shrubs here. We've added a nice little barbecue and then just a nice little place to sit. May as well. And some more plants and some nice greenery. We've got some green shrubs over here and some more white little flowers here. I don't know, what were they called again? Daisies of Our Lives. Sorry, I picked the white recolor of that one. And then let's go ahead inside. So inside, originally the kitchen was here and it was just a little bit too small for a kitchen. Like I literally just wanted it to be one tile bigger, but I didn't really want to ruin what they've got going on here. At the front. So that's why I actually added these walls in, by the way, I forgot to say that, just to add a little bit more interest to what we've got going there. And I think it's pretty nice. So quite like that. And then what else did we do out the front? Oh, I added the planters. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Anyway, yeah, so we've turned this into a dining area. And then we've ended up turning this into a kitchen area. And then I'm just going to do a quick review of the layout. This is the lounge room. And then obviously we had a big staircase here originally. I've decided to change that into a spiral staircase and create this little sort of entry and added this dividing half wall, which is kind of fun because like I don't always, oh, what have I done? Oh God, there we go. Sorry, sorry guys. It was because I added that bit. It's just looking a bit funny. There we go. I added an extra column. Let's have a bit of a deeper look at all of this stuff here. So in the kitchen, I've used this new kitchen set. When I say new kitchen set, it's always been in the game. Just never used it. I quite like it. So it's like a silvery kind of, a little bit more, slightly more modern, at least for the time. And then I added, I kept the original counters, but there's no island. So I decided to create a little island. Thought it was a good excuse to create a little island. And then we had this sort of like white cinder block kind of just accent that we've got going on in this build. Quite happy with the kitchen, to be honest. I like the shape and the scale, and I like the fact that we've got these funky little downlights here. I don't know if I'm facing them the right or the wrong way. Probably want them facing in, to be fair, so you get a bit of light going into the kitchen, so I might actually just quickly change that. Just a simple plain kind of dining area, nothing crazy. I didn't do anything crazy on the walls. I just added a few plants as some decor because I thought the idea behind this is not a super refined house. It's kind of supposed to be like, obviously it's a $50,000 build, but like it's a bit of an extra, it's kind of like a starter home. Like someone's going to move in, add their touch. So that's kind of the thought process I had before we ended up getting it to about 50,000. It's supposed to be about 30, but anyway. As I said, we've had a nice little lounge area here with a cute little plant. Quite happy with these sofas and coffee table because I've literally never used them before. So I think in combination, they look quite nice. So we've got the lighter wood sort of inside and the darker wood's just kind of a fun little extra. We had originally a 3-wide powder room here. I ended up changing that into the stairwell. So we've moved the powder room just to here, got a little 2x2 powder room there. Nice new mirror that we've got as well, which is fun. And then, yeah, head upstairs. Are you kidding me? That's green? Bro, I thought that was freaking oak. Are you kidding me? How am I just noticing now that that is green? That is green. Bro, what is wrong with me? Okay, well, I'm just gonna, just give me a sec. Okay, anyway, we've updated the facade. Oh, jokes, haven't done the garage yet. But yeah, I don't know. I just really wish there was like a literal basic oak recolor of those windows because that would be amazing. But there isn't. That's fine. We're going to change it back to white because I'm not having green windows. To be fair though, from far away, they look oak. Or were you guys like screaming at the screen being like, Bayden, they're green. I'm colorblind, guys. Give me a break. Actually, I'm colorblind with red. I have a red cone thing in my eyes anyway, but like still should be able to see green. But anyway, I never stop surprising myself. Anyway, so we go up to this landing and it's just basically like a study nook. So when you get Rod Humble at the start, you'll be able to put the computer on and then we've got, the bookcases. So this is why it's nice to have a little bit of a flyby and look at all this stuff because the bookcase was blocking that window. Anyway, we've got a nice bookcase, another nice plant here. Originally, it was a staircase just going up here. And then you access this room. There was a double entry to this bathroom. And then this was also squared off. I think I've just expanded that a little bit so that it was squared off that way. Yeah, so I expanded it. And yeah, we've created like a bit more of a spacious room in there. So we head over to the main bedroom. Gone for a bit of a yellow theme. It's got this fun little yellow carpet. I've never used that dresser before, which is a bit of fun. I've got a floor lamp instead of a side table, which is another bit of fun. We used a coffee table here and a garden bunny gnome thing. Just mixing it up, you know, trying new things. In the bathroom, I found these mirrors. And they're hiding in the catalogue because there's this ugly ass red as the default. So anyway, we've got nice white windows, mirrors there. And then just kept it pretty budget in the bathroom. You know, pretty basic shower, tub combo, and obviously the toilet as well. And then this original bedroom, this is the last room, the single bedroom. It had this blue carpet and I quite like the blue carpet. So I decided to keep it and then we've sort of added some blue furnishings in. So we've got this nice blue 4-poster bed, just sort of tying with the other 4-poster bed we've got. Just a little plant, a little dresser, and then just a little side table with a cute little candle. And then we've got a nice little Juliet sort of balcony out here, which is a bit of fun. But yeah, that's the build. I've had a lot of fun making this build. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Make sure to check out any of the other builds on the channel. Let's quickly do this thumbnail again because I've changed the windows and now I'm not happy. But if you're interested in any of the other builds on the channel, make sure you check them out. So at the end of the video, I'm going to put the card up linking you to the playlist with all the other builds in The Sims 2. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to leave any comment suggestions or feedback down below for me as well. Let's frame this up nicely. There we are. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Make sure you comment down below any other builds you want to see or any other houses you would like to see me renovate on the channel. Let me know because I'm very interested in hearing your suggestions. But I thought this was fun. So yeah, as I said, we went a little bit over budget, but we ended up ending at $48,000 and it's just, yeah, a little bit more than a starter home. It's like a second starter home, or what do you call that? A second home. We'll call it second. Oh, you know what I'm trying to say? It's that you buy a starter home and then you work up to this house. It's like a middle ground home. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping. Thanks, guys. I'll see you all in the next video and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye, everyone.